Hey there, welcome in. It's Heather with Heather's Healing, and I'm here to pull a few cards for the week ahead. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is for the collective for September 29th through October 5th, 2025. And thanks so much for being here. So I think what I'm going to do is just pull a card for the overall energy this week, and then just 3 cards for advice and guidance on navigating the energy of this week. All right. And we are in Libra season. We are just cruising right along. All right, so show us the overall energy this week for all of those watching. And this is a reading for the collective. Overall energy for this week. Let's see what we get. 5 of Cups. So, I mean, I'm kind of not surprised with this. This is the card of grief, loss, sadness, depression. It's a pretty heavy card. I'm not surprised, though. There's just so much going on, and I know that there are a lot of people that are really suffering right now with, grief, depression, so many things. That's the overall energy this week. A lot of sadness, grief, depression. So if you know this about yourself and you know this about the upcoming week, what can you do to how are you going to handle those times if you are feeling depressed, sad, disappointed? It's good to come up with a game plan. What's your game plan? How will you navigate that energy? And again, this is the collective energy, so it doesn't necessarily mean this is going to be how you are feeling, but the overall energy this week is one of grief. I'm going to go ahead and, well, I guess I can set that there. Hold on, let me see if I can adjust this just a little. Nope, it's not going to let me. Okay, that's all right. All right, so 3 cards, advice and guidance for this week. So knowing that there's a lot of grief, sadness, depression. One thing I keep hearing is move your body. One of the best ways to change your energy, to, give you a boost is move. Walk, move around. If you can do vigorous exercise, that's always really helpful. When you're feeling down or the energy's really dense, it's a good way to move it out of your body too. All right, so advice and guidance, 3 cards, please. Knight of Wands, the World, Chariot. Interesting. I have been pulling the Chariot a lot for myself, and also for a lot of other people. There is definitely a lot of change coming in just in general for everybody. Things are moving really quickly, changing really fast. The fact that we have the Knight of Wands here as well, this is also kind of a nod to move. Move your body. We're not meant to stay stagnant. Stagnant energy, nothing really happens with that. So I like that we have the Knight of Wands. Connect with your life force. What feeds your soul? What lifts you up? And again, I feel like this is talking about coming up with your plan. How do you plan on navigating choppy waters, tough energy, dense energy? And the Knight of Wands is all about movement, action, following your passions, in a healthy way, of course. Having a creative outlet, all of those things are going to be really helpful. We have the World. The closing out of a chapter, the closing of a cycle. It kind of makes me wonder, astrologically what might be going on this week, but there's definitely a closing and ending coming through this week. This could also be preparation for um, the change of season. You know, we have closed out of summer. We are now in fall. Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder about the what's going on astrologically. Anyway, closing out, endings, tidying up loose ends would be really helpful this week. So, any unfinished projects that you can get finished, you know, finish up. Anything that is maybe cluttering your mind or distracting you, can you what can you do about tying up those loose ends so that you can be more present? The Chariot. I mean, this tells me a lot's happening this week with the Knight of Wands and with the Chariot here. This is fast moving energy. This is moving forward. What I do like about this is even though the overall energy might be pretty dense and really heavy, with the Knight of Wands and with this Chariot card, it's not going to last long. Um, we're moving through this fairly quickly. The Chariot is also moving towards your goals, moving closer to that finish line. Um, it's a really positive card, especially, you know, upright, but it can sometimes feel a little overwhelming and like things are maybe moving faster than what you would like. But I do like the world and the Chariot together. This is successful completion. These are things turning out, life situations turning out better than you had expected or thought that they would. They both are a really, you know, positive conclusions, successful endings, and moving towards the finish line. So these are both, you know, really positive cards. A lot going on this week, you know, but good. Lots of good things coming in, and I think that will really help to balance out that dense energy that's out there. I know I've talked about it in other videos. Crystals that could be really helpful, citrine. Citrine is such a great stone for helping to boost your mood. Howlite is another one I would work with. Smoky quartz, rose quartz, it would be another great crystal to work with. Surround yourself with colors that are bright and uplifting. And any other crystals that really help, you know, lift you up. And again, scent is another really great thing to help boost your mood as well. So whatever scents really, you know, liven your spirit, lift you up, lighten you up, use those. Citrus for most people is a really good scent. I love vetiver. It's incredibly grounding. Not everybody likes the smell of vetiver, but it's one of my favorites. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. If you have any ideas for videos, anything that you're interested in, please leave your suggestions below. I'd love to hear what those are. I'm always looking for ideas for videos that I think you guys would be interested in. And please like the video if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a fantastic week, and I'll talk to you soon.